Hello. As a parent, are you a positive role model or a negative role model for your children? Positive role model is like this. I teach kids something, what to do and how to be in life in a healthy way, emotionally and physically. Negative role model is like this. I teach kids something, what not to do and how not to be in life, emotionally and physically. Example of a negative role model would be a mother who lies on a couch after work because she can't deal with aftermath of her divorce. She can't look after herself and overcome emotional pain. Then kids pick up a parent duty. Another example of a negative role modeling is father who is stuck in emotional pain, feeling not good enough after being demoted from his work. Look, whether you like it or not, you are teaching and modeling to your kids all the time. Today, how does communication between you and kids happen? And most importantly, which part of you as a parent models and teaches the kids? As usual, I'm giving you real life examples and offering reflection questions to think about your own parenting and start shifting maybe to healthier options for yourself and your family. Now, the thing about communication is that you're constantly passing information and data between you and your kids. It's like Wi-Fi is always on. High-speed internet connection, much faster than what we see in Australia, say Korean type internet speed connection. That means the speed is so high, information is transferred all the time. The information is emotional and unconscious primarily. Remember, the communication happens 90% without words. It's your facial expressions, intentions, beliefs, voice, posture, emotional communication, signaling with the whole system, including your nervous system, energetic system, belief system, motivational system, and pain system. That's all the information that's going out. The 10% is verbal. So imagine you see these two pieces of hardware, two devices. Physical, they are engaged in physical and talking communication. The small device is constantly pinning the big device without limits. So do not think you can withhold or contain any data from transferring. It happens automatically. All the data readings between the devices is invisible. So the big device thinks, I have all these pinned up emotions inside, but I'm an adult, so I will withhold some data inside and use my voice to communicate with the little device, to teach the little device. But the little device already picked up all the data automatically before you even started talking. After you started talking, the little device is picking up even more data, more signals that have very little to do with what you are saying. So remember, the communication happens beyond the words. And this device is picking up everything that has to do not with what you say, but with how you are. Not what you do or what you say, but how you are. Really, at the moment of communication, how are you? What are you transferring automatically, emotionally, unconsciously? That's something, this kind of transfer you cannot control. How are you? Are you stressed? Are you feeling unloved, unheard, not nurtured enough? What is your deeper understanding and acceptance of yourself? Who do you think you are as a human being in the first place? Do you feel kindness and compassion to yourself many times of the day? Do you feel worthy of taking care of your basic needs? Do you feel you deserve to be heard, or do you need to be loud and screaming because you don't believe anybody's listening? All this data, emotional and unconscious data, is being transferred as means of communication to your children. Or a lot of parents, are great parents, and that's true. You have all these responsibilities for family and kids. You're on top of all tasks, doing everything what a good parent is supposed to do. Providing, holidays, house, classes. But internally, you feel like you don't matter. So the kids are going to pick up that information. If you're constantly overstimulated inside or experience emotional overwhelm a lot, you don't know how to cope emotionally in your life and with your kids. That's what they're picking up. My generation was raised by parents who had to survive. They worked hard, they provided, they did all the right thing a good parent is supposed to do. But it wasn't enough. So many of us have negative role models, as our parents taught us what not to do or how not to be. They were mainly emotionally unavailable. They taught us how to survive, but they never taught us how to be. They never passed on emotional skills of self-care, self-understanding, boundaries, because they themselves didn't get that learning from their parents and from their society. They didn't pass on understanding and knowledge of basic things, that we have emotions, and these needs are as important as food and shelter. So if now in your life you're a parent and you're doing the same as your parents did, it's not going to be enough, unfortunately, because emotional needs are as important as physical. So instead of becoming a negative role model, you can aim to become a positive one. This is a parent who takes care of their emotional self as much as their physical self. Become a better parent. This is available because your kids are watching you all the time, and they're picking up on the 90% of nonverbal communication that's happening between you. Learn about yourself, learn to take real care of yourself, and learn about the reactive behaviors in you, your own reactions to emotional triggers. This is the path for recovery and healing. Learn and recover from your inner pain to uncover the true inner joy, so you can teach exactly that and transfer that to your children. If you find yourself suffer from any emotional pain, you can work to recover from it. This is available and possible. When you unload the old stresses, essentially, you create a new way of being with yourself. And this emotional self will teach and model to your children. This new emotional self is more powerful and will cancel all the bad learnings that had happened up to this point. I specialize in working with chronic stress that has become toxic for you because it's been there for a long time, often since childhood. The chronic stress, toxic stress, does not go away. And now it's poisoning your body with anxiety, fear, exhaustion, and physical pain. I specifically help busy working parents recover from chronic exhaustion and burnout, eliminating guilt, shame, and worry about passing their learned behaviors, unconscious behaviors, stress and reactive behaviors and patterns, this reactive modeling, to children without having to waste years in confusion and pain, missing out on the wonders of the joy of genuine, true connection with their kids through establishing this genuine, true connection with themselves.